So you mentioned the public prosecution service. I'm not completely up to date on the details, but I know they have some announcements that are coming out with respect to I'm not even sure racism in the justice system. We saw the Nova Scotia Court of Appeal uphold the use of impact of race and culture assessments when sentencing Black people of criminal convictions in the province. We've seen both the former provincial Liberal government and the current progressive Conservative government commit to funding for the African Nova Scotian Justice Institute. And we've had members of the Justice Institute here on Community Update. We've seen street checks banned and an amendment added that made it so that police need to have reasonable suspicion when questioning members of the public, white or Black, theoretically eliminating, unconscious bias for police when determining, whether or not someone seems suspicious. And so maybe you answered this already, but you would agree, or would you agree or disagree that there's progress being made? Is it enough?
No.
Is there what's lacking?
No, there's progress being made for sure, but it's not enough. I mean, when somebody can be declared discriminatory as a lawyer and still practice without a suspension or any kind of a prosecution, that's not enough. When a lawyer can write the hood into practice email, admit what they mean about it, investigate a lawyer for years, and go back to work the next day like nothing happened, that's not enough. When the appointments that are made include people that clearly have a history of perpetuating rather than eliminating systemic discrimination, that's not enough. I mean,
you're talking about Black judges.
Yeah, I mean, I'll name them if you want.
Well, I'm just want to be specific. That's what you mean.
Yeah, I'm talking about Perry Borden. I question that appointment just based on my personal interactions with them. I mean, I've got a transcript where I can demonstrate that, if anything, he's helped perpetuate systemic discrimination rather than eliminate it. And I mean, I'm quite comfortable with pointing out sort of 1,000 different ways that the system is still working against us. There are some ways that it's improving, though, like the work that Robert Wright does with the impact statements and the work with the the African Nova Scotian Justice Institute. That's incredible. Like, I'm really impressed with what they do. Two of the people that run that, I went to law school with, Brandon Roll and Dave Curry, and I know that those are great men that do the right thing.
And what specifically have they done that you can point to say, okay, that gives us hope?
So they represent people for free.
Right.
They get funding from the government, and they can take whatever cases they want to address discrimination. I mean, that's huge.
And they were the ones who, I guess, were involved in the race of impact and culture assessment. So.
I think, Brandon Roll was involved with that, but also Robert Wright. But the work that Dave Curry and Brandon Roll have been doing is massively commendable. Think about a system where not only can you pick cases that you want to help people, you do it for free and you're funded by the government. That's a major step towards helping Black people address systemic discrimination.